don't know about you, but I love open world games. You know, games that don't make you feel like you're cramped inside an area or you're glitched into a wall somewhere. Sup, Chaos here, and today I'll be diving into the heart of New York City to rank every open world Spider-Man game, from the ones that revolutionized gaming to the ones that we have now for next gen. I'll be checking off all the boxes to see which is the best. And no, this is not just a regular ranking video. I'm literally gonna go in, explore these games, and show you some of my funniest and craziest moments on them.
I was on my way.
Holy, that's Harry Potter.
You have a keen scientific mind.
I thought he was about to say king. And speaking of revolutionary, let's swing into the first game, Spiderman II for the PS2. Oh yeah, no, this came out in 2004, which is wow. I don't think a lot of you were born yet, but this game really did make you feel like Spider-Man. Especially if you've never been to New York City before, you can truly experience swinging around a skyscraper, like actually being there. Screw watching like one of those helicopter tours on YouTube. Grab yourself a controller, dust off your PS2, and then you're here. As mentioned, this game was released in 2004, and it was a revolutionary leap forward for all open world games because it finally handed players the freedom that they all wanted. The web swinging was nothing short of groundbreaking because it did add some realistic physics to the game, which for me it was pretty hard to get a hang of at first, but once you get a hang of it, my god, you really do feel like you're just racing through the city streets like if you were ice skating. How horny am I? mean, how much webs do I have? It's like I'm holding a purse. Listen, it's not a purse, it's a satchel. But of course, with great power comes great responsibility. So unfortunately, I need to mention this. Some of the side missions did feel pretty repetitive. I mean, of course, when you're not in those missions, you get to free roam wherever you please. I mean, with the map being very limited, I mean, there was still some range to have. But as soon as you queue up a mission, it did feel a bit linear, especially with the thugs you had to fight too. My god, they were just kind of copy and paste. And I mean, hey, the combat, it was decent for the time. But looking back at it, it did feel a bit clunky. The X button, for example, it wouldn't always work. And even just aiming to kill the thugs, like I mentioned, yeah, it's very difficult to this dude's fucking the painting. The story, though, definitely followed closely to the movie, which was a plus. I mean, come on, Spider-Man 2. Like, that movie was a literal masterpiece, one of the greatest superhero films ever. But the game added some extra villains, too, was chef's kiss. But don't get me wrong when I say this, the graphics did age like some milk. You ever seen milk under the sun before and it just starts curdling? Yeah, the graphics definitely look like that. Nonetheless, the nostalgia factor is high with this one. And who can forget the iconic pizza delivery missions? Oh, dude, the music that plays, it's literally a meme. I mean, even in the new Deadpool movie, they have the pizza sign on the window. But hey, despite all of its flaws, Spider-Man 2 laid the foundation for all future Spider-Man games, especially the open world ones. You know, the ones that I'm pretty much going to be ranking throughout this video. We'll be seeing a bunch of those later, and maybe some of your favorites. But when it comes to Spider-Man 2 for PS2, I will have to go ahead and take this and bring it up to the category of a B rank. Quick question. Do you ever get annoyed by ads? Well, yeah, me too. Well, I've got a perfect solution for you. YouTube Premium. Imagine a world where you can watch all your favorite videos with no interruptions at all. Sounds like a dream, right? Well, with YouTube Premium, you can keep the videos rolling even if your screen is off or if you're multitasking, like texting your friends about the new show that you're binge watching. Plus, you can download videos anywhere, even on a plane, and that's a game changer, especially if the flight's like 14 hours. But wait, of course, there's more. You also get premium access to YouTube Music. That means over 100 million official songs, ad-free, offline, and in the background. It's kind of like having a personal DJ who just never takes a break. And the best part? By signing up for YouTube Premium, you can directly support creators like myself. A portion of your subscription fee goes to help me keep making content for you guys. I mean, like, how cool is that? And I've teamed up with YouTube to offer you an exclusive 2-month free trial. Just use the link in my description below to sign up, and let's keep this amazing creator/viewer community thriving. So again, hit that link and enjoy ad-free watching. And thanks for supporting the channel. You know, the channel that you're watching this video on. So I'm gonna go and you can enjoy the video that you started on. Like I said, I think there's gonna be others that definitely top this and belong in an A or even an S rank. And maybe the next game deserving of that is SpiderManShattered Dimensions 2010. Okay, listen, what was I doing in 2010? Let's think real quickly. I definitely was in school. This is a game that decided to spice things up by bringing together 4 different Spider-Men from 4 unique dimensions. But this game really felt like Into the Spider-Verse before Into the Spider-Verse was cool. And it was way before all the multiverse shit. Like, honestly, the multiverse stuff is so oversaturated now, but when this game first dropped, oh man, it was just the crossover we really wanted, even though it was all Spider-Man. What makes this game super unique is that each dimension had its own art style and gameplay mechanics, offering a visual treat and a refreshing change of pace. Dude, like seriously, when I stepped out with the black suit character and then later hopping into the future with 2099 Spider-Man, it was just like, wow. It really felt like I was playing a whole different game, dude. Like screw going to Blockbuster multiple times to play a different Spider-Man game. Like it was just all here, one disc. The noir Spider-Man segments really stood out the most, particularly with the mood and the atmosphere. I wasn't born in the 1940s, but I really felt like I was. In certain missions, the gameplay did feel somewhat restrictive compared to more open world experiences. The voice acting though was a mixed bag, but hearing all the different voice actors was a nice treat, because each voice actor actually played a different Spider-Man in history.
What am I doing in the black suit? I hate this thing.
Whoa, what? The combat was fluid and engaging, even though the levels could feel a bit repetitive. But overall, Spider-Man Shattered Dimensions was a bold experiment that mostly paid off, because again, it really offered a unique take on the Spider-Man universe. And because of that, I'm going to have to take Shattered Dimensions and place it all the way to an A spot, because my god, yeah, it offered more experiences just within one game, and the different looks and art styles really got me hooked. So, but speaking of hooked, this game really had me hooked with nostalgia, because it really tried to balance its own set of dimensions, or should I say its issues. Oh no, spidey senses are tingling. Oh wait, backflip and he still caught him. Spider-Man 3, a movie tie-in game that was very much open world, but just like the movie's counterpart, it left fans with some mixed feelings. I mean, hey, I'm a fan, and my feelings were definitely mixed. Like, have you seen Venom? On the one hand, you did get to play as both Spider-Man and Venom, offering a dual perspective that was quite unique at the time. And oh, by the way, when I mentioned you get to play as Venom, you get the black suit, okay? That's really it. There's some interesting scenes between you and MJ, which, I mean, listen, Pete was very much a dick in the movie, but man, they definitely ramped that shit up in this game, because it did bring some hilarious moments between you and Jameson as well, and the cutscenes, man, oh god, everything just looked so goofy, concerning. But hey, the web swinging was an improvement over Spider-Man 2, with the controls feeling a bit stiffer. I mean, stiff is good, but like still, you really had to get a hang of it. Like I felt like I was driving a car for the first time, just with webs and whatnot, and there was a lot more to explore this time, with the map being expanded just slightly, with the iconic buildings and monuments added. The graphics were also a nice step up, but the story, oh boy, the story, oh man, it kind of felt like it was written by J. Jonah Jameson himself. And you know how he tells his stories. It was a menace. This whole game was a menace, because it has some very uneven pacing as well as lackluster plot. And let's not forget those infamous glitches in the game. Like, trust me, I had a really hard time playing this game. This looks terrible. But hey, you know me, I had to suit up, really get my hands around that controller and just power through it. But the glitches were crazy. Like, it had more bugs than New York has, but it did make for some unintentional and hilarious moments. Oh no. God damn. There were some enjoyable aspects too, like reenacting some of the scenes from the movie, and overall the atmosphere of the game did feel like the movie. Spider-Man 3, it attempted to build upon its predecessor with success, but it kind of stumbled in execution. So we're gonna take Spider-Man 3 from 2007 and give it a nice easy ranking of, you'll be surprised about this one, but it's getting a C. Okay, sorry, just kidding. D rank. Listen, okay, I was not too much of a fan, but you guys let me know, what do you think did better, the game or the movie with its execution? And if you haven't already, execute that like button. It really means a lot, as well as jingle that notification bell. By doing so, you'll never miss one of my videos. And let's see if this next Spider-Man game misses or not. This game came out all the way back in 2008. We have Spider-Man Web of Shadows. I've been waiting for this one, baby. This game has always brightened up my day, but oh boy, did it really take a dark turn, both in story and tone, which was refreshing. And guess what? It was all open world, baby. Dude, there was so much to explore in this game. The color palette, though, was not my favorite. It did feel really gray and brown at times, but when it comes to the characters, the story, and the villains, absolutely incredible. But first off, the combat was fluid and dynamic, allowing you to switch between red and black suits on the fly. Dude, being able to do this, like even the first cutscene to see this was It was beautiful, dude. And of course, the combat at the start of the game was a bit jarring because it was something very new. There's a lot of mechanics and buttons, and later on, a lot of things to unlock when it came to special abilities. And just getting the hang of jumping around while attacking was really a struggle, but man, once you get a hang of it, it's kind of like you're just riding a scooter or yo-yoing. A lot of the combat was spent in the air, a lot of air time, but it was satisfying. The storyline was very engaging with multiple endings that depended on your choices throughout the entire game, giving the game a nice replay value. I've definitely played this game at least 3 times already, just to see what would happen, you know. However, the voice acting did leave much to be desired. Like, I was wanting more because it did sound like Spidey was still going through puberty.
Where's Cage and his search party?
I like the writing, is just the voice was just like, wow. But the open world aspect was very well executed. Like, you know, you don't always want to do a mission. If you had the freedom to roam around or just, I don't know, mess around with the NPCs, which I did a lot of to see if I can even kill them with my black suit on. Oh no, I pressed the wrong button. I can't cancel it. God. But once again, the repetitive side missions revealed its ugly head, because really, how many times can one person save a cat from a tree? But despite its shortcomings, Web of Shadows offered a compelling narrative and fun gameplay mechanics that kept players engaged. I mean, I can speak for all of us, right? Like mentioned, I played this game 3 times over and made an entire video on it too, which I definitely want to revisit. And because I want to revisit, we revisit the tier list to place Spider-Man Web of Shadows all the way in a respectable spot of an S rank. Much deserved. And with the news of being able to play as Venom in Spider-Man 2, I was really hoping they would have remade Spider-Man Web of Shadows, dude. Like, imagine this on next gen. With slight improvements, it would have been the best open world game ever. And next up, we might have the best Spider-Man game ever, or at least the best Spider-Man, a game that came out in 2020, something super recent, but it is Spider-Man Miles Morales, his own standalone game. Fans were really wanting this from ages ago, ever since the character first appeared, but Miles took the mantle and brought his own unique style to Spider-Man's universe. This game honestly was a huge improvement compared to Spider-Man 2018, with so much little tiny things added to the game that really just made me like, wow, this is like, bro, they added Snowfall. This game was a gem with stunning visuals, dynamic combat, and a soundtrack that was nothing short of a French kiss. The story as well was heartfelt and engaging, focusing on Miles' journey as he grows into his role of the new Spider-Man. I mean, obviously Pete was on vacation or something, you know. Him and MJ needed some time to do things, make kids. I'm sorry, make breakfast together. Duh, that's all they were doing. However, the game was over faster than a Spidey quip, leaving the players wanting more. And I do feel like I was one of those players. The game was very short, okay? And even though the game was open world, it felt like I didn't get to explore much at all. The missions and side missions were really in your face. You kind of just wanted to complete it, but once you did, it didn't feel like there was much replay value. Again, this was a game that came out 2 years after Spider-Man, so you know, we kind of already explored the city pretty vastly, and just because it snowed in this game doesn't mean I was going to go out and explore and try and build a snowman anywhere. It felt like I knew the city pretty well already, like the back of my hand. It seems like a fucking trap.
What was that?
Oh boy. Yep, this is a trap. Don't go towards the danger, Miles. You're black, you should know this. This is the thing we just don't do. Even though the shorter storyline was a bit of a letdown, the new abilities Miles brought to the table, oh, like his bio-electric venom blast and his camouflage, ooh, fantastic additions. I remember some missions where I was just invisible the entire time. It really just added so much to the gameplay, and as mentioned, it snowed in this game. I think I mentioned that like 3 times before, but it was a visual delight, spectacular experience. Because for me, I grew up in New York, and just remembering those snow days and just how fresh the air felt. Like, this game really did bring me back to those days. And it was all thanks to Spider-Man, a Spider-Man game. Oh, we're doing tricks, boys. Photo mode? I call this one smelling the crotch. So as we watch a clip of a person speedrunning building a snowman, we're gonna rank Spider-Man Miles Morales in an appropriate spot of a C rank. And honestly, this list is looking pretty form-fitting as of right now, but hey, we've got 3 more to go, and who knows, I might even be able to swap some things around here. But let's fast forward through time all the way to 2023 with Spider-Man 2, the most recent Spider-Man game that just released, and it is arguably the greatest entry in the franchise. This game took everything that was great about its predecessors and then dialed it up to 11. Not 9, not 10, 11. The next-gen graphics, the expansive world, the ability to play as both Peter and Miles made for a standout title. Like, hey, listen, they're both on the cover, okay? With the overall PS5 graphics and a much bigger map, dude, I felt like this is the open world game we always have wanted. If anything, it felt like GTA really helped inspire this game, especially when you switch from character to character. The transitions that you get are pretty spot on. But you have different map locations like Coney Island, the baseball field, the ice skate rink is back, and obviously all the monuments you've wanted in the Spider-Man game. True New Yorkers knew exactly what street you were on if they saw you playing this game. Even the storyline, it was rich and immersive with character depth that tugged at the heartstrings.
Hospital. J. Jonah Jameson.
No shot. However, every game has its flaws, performance hiccups, the occasional crashing of games, glitches too, which were fine, and it really reminded everyone that Spider-Man was not immune to technical issues. But like mentioned before, all games with glitches just make for great content. But despite its minor setbacks, the sheer scale and ambition of Spider-Man 2 set a new benchmark for what a superhero game needs, honestly. Because when I think of like the new Wolverine game coming out soon, like it needs to have almost everything this game has. And I'm talking like combat and just how big the world is. And the many Easter eggs this game had was actually impressive. And swinging through the city never felt so good. There was a small thing that I had with this game though, where, you know, coming from the first Spider-Man game from 2018, that game felt alive. We'll touch base on that a little later, but Spider-Man 2, there was something a bit off with the NPCs. In some locations, it felt super alive, but in other locations where, you know, the infinite spawning glitch of characters just popping out of buildings, it made the game feel oddly strange and eerie. Again, made for really funny content, but was a bit concerning because that glitch has not been fixed to this day. So I will be taking Spider-Man 2 and placing it in the appropriate category of, you'd probably never guess this, and I hope you don't hate me for this, but a B rank. Trust me, I have a vision here, okay? Like, I've played the game multiple times, all right? When it's compared to the next game that we have in our list. Another Spider-Man 2 game, but one that came out in 2014, and this one is amazing. The Amazing Spider-Man 2. This game had a lot of movie hype behind it, but did it live up to its expectations? I mean, this game follows Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. Obviously, it's not really Andrew Garfield in the game, but like, I did love how they included his quips and hilarious dialogue into the game though. You wait, don't tell me this is Mr. Garfield.
Hey, somebody stop that guy! He just robbed me!
Oh,
hey,
no.
Kid, a little help?
Not my problem.
But the web swinging mechanics were a definite improvement over the first Amazing Spider-Man game, allowing you to swing with both hands independently. Yes, I needed training wheels when I first popped this game to my console. Spent maybe, I don't know, 15 minutes or so getting a hang of it, and my god, they should have tried this ages ago. Wait, the swinging though, wait, a little more dynamic. Gotta fuck with, why are there so many taxis? It's not a voice correct. And the world, ooh, the world was really nice and open, dude. I really fuck with the locations and look of this map.
My glasses are all fogged up.
I gotta save him. Yes, get him. Yes, I saved him. Wait, who is this guy? No fucking way. And the story, it did feel a bit clobbered together, but just like all other Spider-Man games, they did insert some extra villains, like Kraven. You get to fight him in an empty Central Park with no people around. And oh, the graphics, they were decent for its time, but the gameplay suffered from repetitive side missions, like collecting comic pages scattered all around the city. But the selection of suits in this game, the way it was all laid out, where you get to go home and sift through your closet, was actually impressive. Like, it felt more immersive, like I was actually there being a fashion model in his closets, you know. And trust me, this game did have its moments of fun, especially with the improved combat. It did feel like a step backward in terms of innovation. It's kind of concerning, but overall I had a good time with The Amazing Spider-Man 2, and for me it deserves the spot of a C rank. And you know what, we might update this list right about now. Okay, thoughts, opinions, what do you think about this updated list? Shattered Dimensions, Spider-Man 2, and then Spider-Man 2 all in A rank. Then we have Miles Morales and The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in C. I mean, hey, for the D category, that remains the same. And hopefully the next game doesn't receive the same treatment, because last but not least, we have Marvel's Spider-Man 2018. And holy hell, when this game first came out on console and then later for PC, dude, you have no clue how many hours I've played on this game, just swinging through the city, feeling like Spider-Man.
He said it!
This is the first true attempt at a next-gen open-world Spider-Man game. And the developers, my god, did they took. This game redefined what it means to be a superhero in a video game. They nailed it when it came to the fluid combat, the stunning graphics, and a storyline that hit all the right notes and feelings. I mean, that opening scene where you just start off in your bedroom and you're just like, yeah, I'm fucking Spider-Man, to later hop out of your own window was just, it was fucking, the masterpiece behind that was amazing. All the moments were just unforgettable, especially when you were swinging through a vibrant and lively New York City. And this is what I meant by my comparison with this game and Spider-Man 2, the new one. Just walking around in 2018, Spider-Man just felt very realistic and lively, like it was actually there. There was no random infinite NPC spawn glitches. The interactions between NPCs and you were just very simple, straight to the point. And yeah, I don't know, just the open world environment of this game definitely felt better than Spider-Man 2's. I know a lot of you guys would be saying I'm crazy, but I think you know what I mean. Even the side missions that were filled with random crimes popping up with added depth and longevity to the gameplay, although some of them did become repetitive. The first time playing those stealthy missions as Mary Jane it was a nice touch, honestly, even though, you know, it was just her. And despite its minor flaws, Spider-Man 2018 and even the one for PC, Spider-Man Remastered, oh dude, the things that they did to that game, it really set a new standard for superhero games. And honestly, any other superhero game or even any open world game needs to follow this sort of format. A lot of games just be doing too much, you know what I mean? And a lot of other games just don't do enough, where this game was a nice middle ground for everything. Also, my long run with using mods in this game were hilarious, dude.
But I'm just a bank teller.
Lady, you good? Oh my god. This really did feel like one of the best Spider-Man games I've ever experienced. So with that being said, we take Spider-Man 2018 and place it where it truly deserves, all the way in a nice S rank, baby. Yes, it is right next to Web of Shadows. And really though, which games do you think deserve an S rank spot? And better yet, which game do you think needs to be remastered? Because oh boy, imagine Spider-Man 2 with whole new graphics, but you're still Tobey Maguire. That would actually be insane. But as we discussed in the comments, smash that like button. Let's go for this like goal, and click here on screen to see me rank other games and find out what really deserves an S rank.